Welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. Coming up for you today is a Barça transfer news roundup. We're going to be going over all the latest rumours over the course of this international break, the players who've been linked to Barcelona. We've got 6 players in total, from Neymar to Dani Olmo to Milan Skriniar. They're all coming up for you. Let's get into it. And today is a special video for you guys, coming to you courtesy of the Golazo Jersey football shirt website. And I mentioned these before, and I know many of you bought shirts and you were really happy, and that makes me happy. Phenomenal prices, excellent quality, good customer service. As said before, I really do recommend Golazo Jersey. And the good news is they're now stocking the 4th Barcelona shirt. The really nice tribute there to Catalonia, and even the Barça training tops and the tracksuits there, I feel, are really nice items too. And the good news is, guys, if you do use the link there in the description to go to the Golazo Jersey website, if you use that, then when you get to the checkout, use the promo code TalkFCB and you can help yourself to 20% off, which for me would be a good signing indeed. But before we do kick off with the transfers, what I have to talk about first and foremost is the performance last night of Antoine Griezmann in France's win in their Euro qualifiers over Albania. Because for me, Griezmann was outstanding. Because coming into this game, Griezmann, on the face of it, had been suffering there from a loss of form, loss of confidence. He was feeling quite down. And even for France, he'd been suffering there a bit of a goal drought. But I've got to say, last night, he was outstanding for his national side. And like I say, heavily involved in both goals right from the off. He was the centre of everything France are doing, and he kicked things off in the first half there early on. Brilliant free kick on the left-hand side, whips it in right on the head there of Corentin Tolisso, and that's 1-0 France, an assist there to open the scoring. And on the half-hour mark, he did seal the win there for his country with a really clever finish it was. It was good anticipation inside the area, he arced his body right, and it was a really good finish there into the bottom corner to get himself on the score sheet at long last, and he was really happy there to score that goal. And it wasn't just those moments from Griezmann, it wasn't just the assist, it wasn't just the goal. That's the most important thing here, because it was about Griezmann's all-round performance, all-round game, because it was so nice to see last night Griezmann there in a team where he was playing central, and he was the heart of everything. He was demanding the ball, he was asking for it, he was running for it, he was dropping deep, he was going behind. He was involved there in all aspects of France's play, and that's the way that it should be. That's the way that he wants to play, that he played at Atletico Madrid. He needs to be there, the hub, he needs to get the ball, and that's really good for him. And I really hope this kind of performance, this kind of display from Griezmann, the maturity, the domination that he showed in this kind of game, that can bring him there back to his feet and actually makes him believe at Barcelona, yeah, I can go in there, demand the ball. I can do my thing too. You've got Messi, you've got Suarez, of course. You're going to have big personalities there around you. But Griezmann, we all know, has the quality. He's got the characteristics. All we want to do now is see him succeed in a Barca shirt. But last night, that was quality. But if we do now move on to the transfer rumours, another man here who's enjoyed the international break has been young Dani Olmo, who isn't currently a Barcelona player, but given his former ties to the club, it was kind of inevitable that when he broke onto the scene there in the Spanish first team, he was always going to be asked about a possible return to Barcelona, and he didn't half announce himself either. The 21-year-old coming on there for his first ever Spanish appearance, and just 3 minutes after coming on his debut, he scored against Malta, a great goal too, really calm, really good finish. He was asked there by Sport whether he'd actually consider returning to the club that he left, Barcelona, back in 2014. Dani Olmo replied, Barca? Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. The values that I was taught at La Masia made me the player that I am today. The Barca touch, the Barca system. I don't close the door on any club, but right now I'm a Dinamo player and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And I'd certainly expect in January and of course ahead of the summer, we are going to see many transfer rumours surrounding this bright young player. And from one former Barcelona player to another, we move from Dani Olmo on to Neymar Jr. And of course, we've got another cover here with Neymar's face on it. Surprise, surprise, in the international break. And as we've been saying recently, Sport here following up and saying, yeah, there remains no doubt in anybody's mind, not at the club, not at PSG, not in Neymar's camp, this deal is still a possibility. The Neymar episode has not yet reached this conclusion, with Sport saying there, both the player, the club, they still want want this move to happen, and they actually go on there to say something very interesting about the Neymar's part in any deal. Number one, they say once again that Neymar would be willing to pay money out of his own pocket to make this Barca deal happen, to pay some of that transfer fee if need be, and they also go on to say that Neymar has actually turned down a new contract offer from Paris Saint-Germain. That new deal on the table apparently would have taken his contract to be extended until 2025, but right now Neymar has said no, I'm not signing any deal, I still want to leave, and as of right now it means Neymar's contract with PSG is set to expire in 2022. When that time comes around he would be 30 years old, and if Neymar has indeed there rejected a new contract, it does just start to put a bit of pressure on Paris Saint-Germain, because yeah, they're still in the driving seat, they will still control his future, but if you just turn down that deal, if you start putting the pressure on there just slightly, and like we keep saying, whether you're for, whether you're against Neymar, whether you want the deal, whether you don't, what we do know is, this episode, this soap opera, oh, it continues. But hold it right there. We're not done yet on the Brazilians with Barcelona. You always know there's a Brazilian just around the corner, and Willian is continuing to be linked with a move to Barcelona. Yep, Willian still on the table. According to MD, they've claimed once again this morning that Willian's contract situation is still making him a genuine target for Barcelona in the summer of 2020, when his contract with Chelsea will expire, and he'll be available there if he doesn't sign a new one for absolutely nothing. Willian remains on the agenda. And also, he's not the only one running down his contract either, with Napoli's Fabian Ruiz also mentioned this morning in MD's story, although it should be noted here that Fabian has a contract until 2023, so he's not exactly in the latter stages of that deal, and it should also be noted that Fabian is a central midfielder, something of course right now that we do have an awful lot of. What I will say though is, Fabian Ruiz is a midfielder that I really like, could be in action tonight for Spain in their centre midfield position, and he is such a good player, really good technical quality, and with the current off-the-field problems at Napoli, whereby the owner currently is actually taking legal action against many there of their star players. Right now in Naples, it is absolute chaos. It's all going on. Ancelotti, the players, there's a divide among the camps, so things are really kicking off there at Napoli, and many of their star players in the coming transfer window, in the summer, they could be up for sale. Fabian Ruiz will continue to be linked with Barça. And for our final transfer rumours here, we'll be staying in Serie A. This time though, I feel this is coming in a position that we do definitely need to be looking at, because obviously you look at midfielders, you look at attackers, of course they're exciting players, they're good signings, but do we really need them? Do we need to do that? What I feel we need to do, look at centre-back, look at this season. Defensively, we all know we've been nowhere near the level, and with Piqué of course getting on, you've got Longley, you've got Umtiti with injury concerns, whether we fully trust in Jean-Claire Todibo. Centre-back for me is a position that we should definitely be looking at for a real top-class, quality, proven player. Now, the first player that we're going to talk about is Inter's Milan Skriniar, who I think right now we're all pretty familiar with this young man, and he's an excellent player. And make no mistake about it, we are not going to be the only club tracking Skriniar right now. United, Man City, you talk about Real Madrid, PSG, they've all been looking at Skriniar, not just this season, but over the past few years. He's been linked to a number of clubs, and we ourselves have been linked to the Slovakian centre-back. He's 24 years old now, and he's really playing at the top of his game there, at the heart of Inter's defence. This season, of course, under Antonio Conte, he has been deployed in a back three system, and I think we all saw when Inter came to the camp now, when they were passing out the back, when they were really strong defensively, very good they were on the night. Skriniar showed exactly what he's all about. He's strong, he's tall, he's athletic, he's really good on the ball as well. And that's a big thing, of course, at Barcelona, and he is a very top player. But with all of that does come a price, and there's no doubt about it. If Skriniar was to leave Inter in the near future, it would be for a whopping transfer fee. This guy is not going to come cheap, with reports in Italy already suggesting that Inter have previously turned down offers of 60 million euros. So believe me, it's going to be a big one, but we are watching Skriniar, we are keeping an eye on him, and he does remain an option if Barca want to send it back. There is another option though coming from Serie A if we do want to look in that particular area of the field, and potentially this would be a cheaper option. It's Fiorentina's Serbian centre-back Nikola Milankovitch, and he's received quite a few links to Barcelona in the local media in Italy today, and I've got to say, I've actually sat down and watched Milankovitch for a number of games this season, playing for Fiorentina. They're a kind of a team in Italy who can sometimes be absolutely brilliant and sometimes they can be quite underwhelming, but he's been playing this season in a back three and he's really impressed. impressive. He's a really, really good young player. Just 22 years old. He's a good centre-back. He knows how to defend. But also there, just like Skriniar, playing in a back three. He can play out. He's good technically as well. And certainly, at just 22 years old, very young there for a centre-back. He's one to keep an eye on. He could be, like I say, the cheap option. But also, there are a number of clubs tracking him too. He's a highly rated player. And a man definitely on the rise. Keep an eye on him. And so that there, guys, was the very latest when it comes to the Barcelona transfer rumours. Please do let me know your thoughts on all of the players that we have mentioned in today's video in the comments down below. Does anybody take your fancy? Does anybody there really stand out for you that we should bring in? Let me know all of your thoughts. I will see you soon, of course. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.